Welcome in along with Mike Renner. I'm Steve Palazzolo, and today discussing the top 5 candidates for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now that the draft is behind us, Mike, we're looking at the situations that these guys are in, what's going to appeal to the voters, and let's go through the top 5. You can see the whole top 10 over at ProFootballFocus.com, but number 1 is the number 1 player on the PFF draft board, Kyler Murray of the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, the number 1 overall pick has pretty much an unabated path to the starting position there with Josh Rosen out of the fold at this point, so he'll be starting 16 games there. Now, there's some issues along the offensive line, but I think with the talent there they have now acquired at wide receiver, I think he'll put up some nice numbers in Cliff Kingsbury's offense. And he has the floor in terms of he'll rush for 500, 600, 700 yards. They'll do some design run things for him like they did for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens last year. And so I think he has that floor to where even if the passing numbers don't look amazing, he'll run for a ton of yards.
Yeah, the key here is we're trying to predict not necessarily the best players, that would be our draft board, but the players who are in the best situation. And when you look at Kyler, the fact that even if the Cardinals get turned around by a few wins, it's going to look pretty good for him. Number 2, this is where we get into the running backs, the difference between value and predicting Rookie of the Year. Miles Sanders of the Philadelphia Eagles, situationally put into this great spot to just put up a lot of numbers.
Yeah, the Eagles had the 6th best run blocking grade as a team last season. Probably might be even better this season if we add Andre Dillard to the fold, their first-round draft pick. And Miles Sanders, a massive upgrade from what they had there in that running back stable. Probably going to get a lot more touches than Jordan Howard in that offense. And so talented, our number 2 back on our board goes to one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. That's a nice combination for putting up big numbers.
Plus just the rushing touchdowns that he'll stumble into, right? When you look at how good all those playmakers are, I think you'll get a lot of opportunities in the red zone for Miles Sanders. Number 3, another running back, Josh Jacobs from the Oakland Raiders. At the very least, they're going to try to justify their first-round pick, right? So I think Josh Jacobs is going to see a much heavier workload maybe in the NFL than he saw at Alabama.
Yeah, and he also is a prototypical goal line, short yardage back, so he'll probably rack up touchdowns, even if the yards per carry might suffer behind a rougher offensive line there in Oakland than Miles Sanders has in Philadelphia. But he led the nation in terms of carries last season, converting first downs or touchdowns, the percentage of his carries. So I think that's going to be his calling card in the NFL.
Yeah, a lot of our running back analysis is going to be opportunity driven, and you certainly see that for Sanders and Jacobs. Number 4, Dwayne Haskins, Washington Redskins, circling back to the quarterbacks. Assuming he wins the job, yes, he'll be put in position to at least compete for this Offensive Rookie of the Year award.
Yeah, you just have not seen a lot of first-round quarterbacks just basically take the Pines their whole rookie season. That just hasn't happened in recent years. Guys will play their rookie season even if he doesn't win the job right off the bat. I think he'll play 10 to 15 games there this season for the Redskins, and we've seen the biggest sort of indicator, the guys who have had the best rookie years at the quarterback position in recent years go to places with good offensive lines. Washington, probably the best offensive line of all those top quarterbacks drafted.
And then number 5 on our list, Deebo Samuel from the San Francisco 49ers, their 2nd-round pick, but it was one of our favorite fits in the entire draft because Samuel in that Kyle Shanahan offense is a great match.
Yeah, and I love rookies who will get the ball in their hands just through scheme targets. And I think that's going to be Deebo Samuel because of what he can do after the catch in that Shanahan offense. He'll be getting the screens. He'll be getting that underneath stuff to let him make plays with the football. 21 broken tackles on 62 catches this past season. I think he'll get the ball in his hands right away in that offense.
So there you have it. It's your top 5 Offensive Rookie of the Year candidates. For the rest of the list, there's 5 more. A running back, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. Be sure to check it out over at ProFootballFocus.com.